and Terry usually watches. So we usually have like 3 or 4.
All right.
Although this is going to be different. So first off, hello everyone.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live. So this is going to be a little different because usually we just go into the Dungeons and Dragons Twitch section, but they have a new one called Tabletop RPGs. And since this isn't technically Dungeons and Dragons, I was like, well, I guess we should go down there and see how that works. There were a lot fewer streamers in that when I looked at it like 2 p.m. today.
I imagine.
But that could be good for us. That could mean that, because that means we're basically, as soon as we're streaming, we're at the top of the list. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully so.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon.
Welcome.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so if you want to look over there, welcome to the stream, everybody. We are playing Monster of the Week tonight. And we have 2 new people that we're kind of going over the differences with.
So did you go over the differences any further after I left?
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of went over how Kick Some Ass works and about how the basics of a mystery encounter work.
Okay.
I don't know. Anything else that you thought of?
So on the way, I was thinking about so there aren't really distinct attacks. It's all just the red dice you got.
It's more like montaging combat.
Kinda. You will almost always take damage if you choose to fight. Yeah. Attacking almost always causes you to also take damage in trade. That was the main thing I thought of because I didn't want you to get real combat oriented and immediately die because you traded blows with something scary.
What if we just start a child's fight ring or like a children's fight club?
I mean, if you want to do that. Oh, hey, Acid Density. Welcome to the stream.
We could do that, and I will totally film it, and we can make some good money.
I'm sure Twitch has a rule against that somehow.
This is going to be a much different game than I thought it was going to be.
Is it? I don't know. I imagine you thought a bunch of kids were going to get the crap either killed out of them or at least beat out of them, right? I mean, monsters.
Yeah. How you doing tonight, Acid Density?
So is it every time you take damage, you just mark 1 on here? So it's like always 1 damage and you just...
No.
Or you could take more than 1
Yeah,
of these
like you saw when you look through your gear under weapons, you see how the tags work.
Okay.
So, yeah. So different things can do multiple harm at once. Do any of you have armor as part of your thing?
I do not believe so.
I don't think you did.
I'm a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
no, I don't
11-year-olds don't have armor.
Oh, hey Jay, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat.
Phone books duct taped around your legs.
Oh, maybe.
So one of the playbooks is called The Chosen, which would be like Buffy and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So they're like the main ones, and so they have armor that's just because they would be the main characters. So they basically have plot armor. Yeah, I like that.
Can everyone use all basic moves?
Yes, you can use all basic moves, but again, they need to make sense where you're at.
Sure.
Like, and also like
one thing in the chat though.
Yeah, yeah. I know you can just do poggers, Jay. You don't have to. You don't have to tell people to do it. Man. What was I just gonna say? Oh, and one of the things is a lot of the effects, like a lot of the outcomes, like even if you roll and you succeed. Like what's a good example here? Like there's like investigative mystery, and an investigative mystery means that you can investigate things by like just Googling them, or you can investigate a thing by like examining a body. But like you get to ask certain questions if you succeed in that. And sorry, I'm watching them. So. Even if you succeed in it and you ask a certain question, you may not get a satisfactory answer because it doesn't make sense that if you were just Googling it, you would know, oh, what's this particular monster's name or something like that.
Sure.
Like, yeah, it's all going to be context sensitive.
Wait, Marvin has a camera, so we can do reverse image search?
Maybe.
Does this 11-year-old have an iPhone? What year is this?
Man, I actually did not pick a time setting for this.
I got a cassette tape recorder.
I wrote 2018 and we all have iPhones.
You know what? I'll give you all iPhones and then take away your signal. I mean... Jesus, Jay. We already had somebody coming on to us last week. We don't need this again.
No, I do. It really worked for me. If you could keep it up, that'd be great.
Oh, jeez.
So I got a camera and I got a cassette tape recorder and don't know what else I need.
I guess, yeah. Does everyone manage to fill out everything? Kind of think up, fill out the rest of your characters in your heads and stuff like that?
A bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of hard to fit this one to an 11-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard to get. Well, I mean, yeah.
A lot of it's like
I only have about a year
crime and
experience
gang
being an
experience.
11-year-old.
So, I mean, you could, instead of,
I
you
imagine
can scale some of this stuff back. Like, if you wanted to take something, is there one that you were particularly interested in? You're like, well, an 11-year-old wouldn't do that, but...
I scale it back to just getting in trouble in school or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's a principal instead of a police officer.
Exactly, and instead of stealing a car, you stole...
Bikes.
Yeah, bikes.
Yeah.
Bikes makes... Yeah, that's
At first
the
that was
natural one.
tricycles, but nobody steals tricycles.
Bird scooter.
Ooh, yeah, bird
Scooter,
I
yeah.
like it.
Topical here in Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah, are there bird scooters in our in our area? For the characters?
Are we telling people on the internet where we are?
Oh,
Right? That's a terrible
no.
idea.
What is wrong with
I
you?
think you can
the
kind of figure it
city.
out.
Like,
with
I was
the
gonna say.
Carfax stuff in the back.
No, we don't.
Nothing said Carfax.
No.
What are you talking
No.
Shut up. And why did you just shout it?
No, that's not where we
You
are.
guys-
We don't exist.
You guys are
Scream.
fucking
And
terrible
turn it
at
off.
this.
We are in a basement
Cut it.
in a fallout
Toledo.
shelter.
Toledo,
Yeah.
Ohio.
I'm guessing they have them there. I don't know.
Seems like the kind of place.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God.
I don't feel safe anymore.
My
You
ankles
guys are-
just got very cold.
We
Once you said that, I could feel it. I guess it was making its
Yeah.
way.
we are in Zach's grandmother's basement. That's where we are.
Yes,
Or
and
her root cellar.
she's
Yeah.
very
That's why
interested
we
in
call
you
it
being
that.
mission driven.
Yeah,
Yes, she's very.
She's real big on
and she
that.
wants you to make better decis.
yeah,
Decus.
yeah.
Decus, actually.
Decus, my bad. Sorry, Decus.
Yeah, Decus is an old term. It's about preserves. It's a type of preserve. Yes, his grandmother is a fox. That is exactly it.
Again, why is it always so
But what did she say? Help make people make better decus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even word today. I'm going to shut up now.
All right. Well, now that we've ruined all of our anonymity, let's get this shit going. I'm ready.
All right, are you ready?
We're a little bit early, but if you want
No,
to.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. I know who
Oh.
Marvin is, but I don't.
You have 1
feel
minute
Marvin.
until go
Okay.
time.
Feel Marvin. Well, how can I help you
I don't
feel
know.
Marvin?
Does Tom have a social security number I could write down just to really get his headspace?
896.
867 5309.
There you go.
Can I get 2 more digits there?
69.
There we go. That's what I needed.
6969.
I am so stealing your identity.
LifeLock.
Lifeline. Oh yeah, that'll help you.
That worked so well.
Yeah, for the guy. Put his social security number up on a billboard.
Didn't he have his identity stolen some number of times?
Like 100. Well, I don't know if it was 100, but a lot. Way more than he said he was going to. Oh.
Real quick before we. Damn, I'm loud. Before we get going, do you have the thing on that prevents the screensaver from coming on?
I think so. It's in the lower right-hand corner. If you hover one of those things, it should be like power management disabled or something like that.
Inhibited?
Yeah,
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Cool.
Alrighty. Well, it is 5:30 if you guys want to go.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we should get started. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Welcome, everybody, to the Root Cellar RPG. Tonight we are playing Monster of the Week in celebration of Halloween, because it's Halloween today. Hooray! I mean, boo. No, that didn't. Anyway, we've got a couple new faces tonight. For those of you watching the stream, well, we've got Brandon here.
Yeah.
We have Sean.
Thought we were being anonymous.
No, that's out the window.
Yeah, that's way out the window now. And Ryan.
It's apparently a mute.
Yes.
It's going to make this game really fun. Nothing but mime.
Again, we are playing Monster of the Week. We're playing, which if you've seen our stream before, you've probably seen before. But tonight we're doing a one-shot special, kind of inspired by like Stranger Things and that kind of thing. So I guess let's go ahead and start by talking a little bit about our characters before we get too much into it. So let's start with Ryan, right there on the right.
All right. I am Alexander Flynn, a young adventurer who is obsessed with capturing every single monster that exists on Marvin's camera. Thankfully, I don't have to provide the gear.
Mm-hmm. How many have you actually found so far?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay. How many views do you have on your YouTube channel?
Those numbers are the same. 0.
Oh, okay. All right. And Sean, who are you?
I'm playing Tom Rusker, an 11-year-old. These guys as friends. I'm a young troublemaker. That, yeah, pretty much all I do is get in trouble.
Get in trouble, eat dinner, go to school. Sounds like fun. What was the most recent thing you got in trouble for?
What's the word? Truancy? Is that skipping school?
That would be it. That would be like the official way. Interesting. All right, this is Tom and Brandon.
Hi, I'm Marvin, and I think monsters are actually kind of lame, but it's the only thing I can get my buddies to agree to be my camera crew for, so I guess we're chasing monsters. As noted, though, we're really bad at it, so I'm thinking maybe we'll switch over to something else soon.
What are you thinking of switching over to?
I was going to do, like, real creatures. Like, we were just going to go to the zoo at first and just, video real animals and talk about them.
So it's like a nature show.
Yeah. But not real nature because, we live in the suburbs and you've mostly got, like, dogs and cats and
lots
the
of
occasional
squirrels.
songbird. Yeah, we're going to run out of topic real quick is the problem there.
And sassy street racing raccoons.
No, they don't come around our neighborhood anymore. The Popo been watching for them, and that's just, it's really ruined the excitement.
Well, just so everyone knows, the sassy street racing raccoons will be coming back one day. We just need to get everyone together again. The whole team will ride with probably some more. OJ. Oh, yes. So that's our characters. Tonight we are going to be doing, as I said, a one-shot, and I'd like to start a little bit differently than I have in the past. Normally I do like a little cold open intro scene monologue kind of thing, but instead I'm just going to kind of explain what's going on, and then we might run a couple scenes together. As said before, Alex and Marvin are trying to get their YouTube channel off the ground about
We'll break through.
Yeah, paranormal activities. But they're kind of young, and there's only so much available to them in their Las Vegas suburban neighborhood, so they haven't caught too much yet. That's not how I spell Aaron. Anyway. I'm gonna get distracted by that way too much. I can already tell. So they're trying to start it up, but Alex has heard from his friendly homeless busker friend, Uncle Joe, who he occasionally visits, that there are some troubles going on in the underground flood channels. Where Uncle Joe lives. Mm-hmm.
And where does Uncle Joe live?
In the underground flood channels.
Are they in our suburb or?
Yes, they are all over Las Vegas. There's very interesting stories about them and the people that live there if you ever go Googling for it. But anyway.
Wait, there's some real world basis for this?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Nice.
So you've heard about that, and you think that this sounds very interesting.
It does.
So, I guess the first scene that I would like to do with Alex is when Uncle Joe told you about these troubles. Well, actually, probably after he started telling you about the troubles, but let's say the day that you plan on going down into the tunnels. Does that make sense?
I think.
So, yes. Of course it makes sense. So where do you meet up with Uncle Joe? Like, where do you normally see him?
Well, he's normally busking, right? So he's on the street?
Yeah, he's on the street. But like near your school, near your house, like near the
I probably don't travel too far from home, so in the neighborhood, I would say.
Oh, okay. So you're just kind of like down on the corner.
Yeah.
All right. So, let me see. What was my voice for this? Hey there, Alex.
Hi, Uncle Joe.
Well, how you doing today?
Been better.
Oh, what's wrong?
We still haven't found them.
Found who?
The ones you told me about.
Well, wait. What are you talking about? Down in the tunnel?
Yeah.
What are you doing down in the tunnels?
Trying to capture them on camera. How else are people going to believe they exist?
Well, I don't even know what they are. What are you like? You shouldn't be down those tunnels. It's dangerous. It's dangerous anytime. Like, and especially now.
You're an adult. Why don't you come with us?
I don't plan on even living down there anymore. All my friends have moved away. I think I'm going to leave tonight.
To where?
Well, I'm already homeless. What the hell else do you think I'm going to do?
So you're leaving here?
I'm leaving these tunnels. I might go up north. I heard that there's some people that are okay up there.
Be careful in the desert.
Well, yeah, I ain't going out in the desert. That's crazy. All right. Well, you shouldn't be going down in those tunnels. So if I catch you down there, I won't do much because I'm just a friendly busker. But
okay.
But yeah, so I probably won't see you very much anymore, but I'll see you when I see you, Alex.
See you later, Uncle Joe.
All right. And then he does it's a really charming bluegrass rendition of Single Ladies that he does. That's kind of his thing, as he does pop music.
What's his instrument?
Guitar. Just
okay.
A guitar, yeah.
So like a nylon string or?
Yes.
All right.
Would that be appropriate for keeping in a tunnel and in a desert condition?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Push the DM. Demand he answer questions you know he doesn't have answers to. I love this already.
All right then, Marvin. Let's go ahead and do, well, not really a scene with you, but just some questions. So, so you guys are going out there tonight, right?
Oh yeah.
Because you want to see things.
Yeah, we're definitely going to the tunnels.
All right. So what are you prepping to bring with you?
Well, I got my camera.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely got my camera. I got my cassette tape recorder, just in case we hear anything really, really awesome. And I've also I've got a regular film camera, just in case digital doesn't catch them for some reason. Because you can't count on like ghosts definitely showing up, and we have nothing so far. I tried to edit together a video the other day, and I thought maybe we had something, but it was just my thumb.
It's really smart thinking for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
He's watched Ghost Hunters before.
That's
not good stuff.
So much. None of the really good ghost hunters on YouTube and stuff have really caught anything with digital. So I mean, it must be a problem with the gear. I'm sure that's what the problem is.
What are you bringing in terms of lighting?
Not a whole lot. I have a lighting rig, but it's really more of a stationary rig. That's not going to work out too well. So flashlights.
He has the flash on the camera.
Also that, yeah.
Wait, don't we all have iPhones?
That's a terrifying.
Old school.
So we all have phones.
Oh yeah, you got. Not
you said no
necessarily
service.
iPhones, but
Well, yeah, a phone.
and we'll see about service. I mean, right now you've got service. Right now you're above ground.
We don't endorse any particular phone brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you want to sponsor us, in which case we'll endorse any particular phone brand.
Anything. I'm also bringing a Ouija board just in case we need to communicate with whatever we encounter. Yeah, because it's gonna, if we can't communicate with a ghost, well,
That's interesting. I imagine that folds up okay into a backpack.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can
There's an
definitely
app
fit a
for
Ouija
it.
board in the planchette and the
Of course. What was I thinking?
No, you have to. I just got through talking about how it's not going to work digital. You can't use an electronic. The ghosts aren't going to be able to interact with the phones, maybe. So I brought a real one too.
Alrighty. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like you're pretty well prepared.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to catch something tonight.
Ooh.
It may not be ghosts. It might be the start of the wilderness thing where we find raccoons fighting. But I mean, that's better than nothing at this point.
I like that idea. I should just make that. You don't find anything. Yeah, you just find a bunch of raccoons fighting.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what I got to record, that's what I got to record, man. I got to get something up on this channel. It just... We got nothing.
We got nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tom,
What's up?
what are your plans tonight?
I'm just tagging along. I don't think we're really going to find anything. I'm just excited to explore.
No, that's good. What kind of things are you bringing in preparation?
Got my trusty baseball bat,
Okay.
and that's it.
That's it?
And just a good attitude.
All right. What are you telling your parents about where you're going tonight?
Why do they need to know?
Well, I mean, don't they care about where you're going on Halloween night? Like,
I have pretty relaxed parents.
really?
Right.
Jeez, what do they do? Like,
You're talking about like drugs or jobs?
oh, jeez. All right, that tells me something about your own life. All right, let's go with jobs.
I don't know what they do.
You don't know what they do.
I think my dad's a police officer and my mom's a teacher.
Oh, okay. And so your dad's a police officer, and he doesn't care where you go.
He's usually at work at night anyway, so he's not around to know.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds like a pretty nice family. An abandoned kid, but okay.
Look, police officers and teachers can do drugs too, damn it.
I mean, yes, I'm not judging. I was just curious. All right, so you're just going in with a baseball bat. You're not even bringing a flashlight. You're
I have my
just-
phone.
You're just bringing your phone. Okay.
That's got everything.
Yeah, that
I need.
battery will last a long time. All right. So, any other preparation or anything else you guys want to do before the evening comes?
Charging our devices until the last possible minute.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. But anything interesting narratively?
Oh, I turn off the Bluetooth and wireless settings on my phone to preserve battery life.
Again, I'd like to reiterate something interesting.
I'm not saying I do this, but I may have accidentally dropped some Halloween masks in my backpack just in case.
Okay. All right. You have some plans. Okay. So, you guys hang out and you do various preparations until the evening starts coming around and the lights go down. So, Alex, I guess you've kind of explored and you've done some pre-exploration into these tunnels a bit, but you didn't go that far because
I've been to the entrance.
yeah, being alone and sometimes
I'm brave, but
Yeah.
not that brave.
Exactly. So you guys kind of get together and you head out. You head out towards the entrance, which the entrance that you guys know of is a place that's a big reservoir where the flood water would be stored after a big rain. And right now, of course, it's dry because it hasn't rained for a while. So you don't really have any concerns about the water. The entrance is basically all concrete and white gravel. So you have to kind of walk across this gravel and maybe dodge under a couple chain link fences as you're coming to the actual flood channel itself. You don't you would kind of worry about somebody seeing you, but fortunately it's near highway and nobody really seems to care. So after a quick trek across that gravel, you guys have to drop down into the actual channel itself, which is about a 6 foot concrete drop. But once there, you're right at the entrance, and it yawns open like it's just a big open cave that pretty much immediately descends into an inky darkness that you can't really see into at all, even as there's twilight out here outside of it. So what do you guys do?
Shine a flashlight down there.
Alrighty. So you don't see a whole lot right here. There's maybe a little bit of leaves and debris off in the corners, but it's pretty dry, as I said, right now, and you don't really see anything at the entrance.
Does it narrow or is it a consistent diameter?
It's a consistent diameter,
Okay.
and it's consistently about 8 feet tall, and about 8 feet wide. It's just basically a square tunnel.
Well, are you two brave enough to follow?
Yeah. So at this point, I'd like to get some establishing footage, of the tunnel entrance, so we really know where we are. So, what are we supposed to be seeing here tonight? It's really shaky. I really want it to be good, but
Of course,
I'm a little scared. To be honest, it's a scary tunnel.
I would be too.
Did Uncle Joe pitch this as like a generic monster, or did he give us a specific?
So in the past, Uncle Joe has been talking to you just about like just some freaky stuff happening, and you can kind of tell that he's not telling you everything that he knows and he's maybe even seen down in the tunnels.
Like
but
he's
it's
just heard freaky noises or something.
It's more that people are having problems. They hear some noises, and there might be a couple of people he knew who are missing.
Missing people.
And again,
Sounds
not
like a job
necessarily
for 12-year-olds.
missing, but like, yeah. If you want YouTube views, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you just suddenly turn to me like that? Anyway,
Are you ready?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm ready.
let's
Let's
go.
go.
All right.
We gotta get some footage here.
We head in. I'll walk in first.
okay.
I'm lagging behind.
You're lagging behind. So you guys go in, and like I said, like the darkness descends on you pretty much immediately, and it doesn't take very long of walking before it's basically completely dark except for your lights. It's cool down in these tunnels. Like even in the evening, it was pretty hot outside. And it's definitely cooler down here. The smell is kind of musty, but these aren't for sewage or anything like that. So it's not like terrible in here. You don't feel like you're in any danger of getting infected with some terrible disease or anything like that. But it kind of you walk on for quite some time. And it kind of takes some lazy curves, not like enough to confuse your direction or anything like that, but just enough that now you can't really see your exit. But you walk on for probably at least 6 blocks before you really find anything. And what you find here is just kind of, you can tell it's like a small camp. Like it's where somebody had been staying. There's just like an old sleeping bag and some old newspapers kind of stacked up there. But right now, there's nobody really here. So
when was the last heavy rain?
the last heavy rain was probably I don't know. It'd probably be like a month or so ago.
Okay. So this is a fairly recent camp.
Yeah, this is fairly recent, and so like most like you've probably talked enough to Uncle Joe, and maybe you guys have heard about this. You know that the camps tend to be kind of light and not a lot to them because they like when rains are coming they clear out and then they kind of rebuild their camp afterwards.
All right. I would like to inspect the camp a little further.
All right.
Dig through, look for...
So you're not going to find a lot right here. You just find, like I said, some old newspapers. You can see some signs of like areas of like stuff that somebody might have wanted more to take with them, like an area where or not necessarily he, but they were cooking, but now that stove is gone and stuff like that. But basically, you can tell that this was a kind of smaller, not super established camp, but now it's like they've packed up and they've headed out. They're kind of done.
All right.
Well, I don't see any blood or anything. Is there anything?
Yeah, there's no signs of a struggle. I can tell you that right now. Like the sleeping bag isn't like torn open with blood and guts in it. No, it's just kind of empty right now.
I'm gonna take the sleeping bag.
Okay.
What brand is it?
It's an old Coleman.
What temperature does it go rated to?
It's only down to like 40.
Is it synthetic or down?
Synthetic.
How thick's the fabric on the outside?
Not very thick. It's that thin nylon.
How much does it weigh compressed?
It's not great for backpacking. This is probably at least 1.2 pounds.
Okay. What color is
4 or 5.
Green.
Is the zipper on the left or right?
Depends on which side's up. It's reversible.
Is it a mummy bag or a rectangle bag?
Rectangle. I mean, geez. The person was homeless. What do you expect? But you want it, Alex.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So yeah, you roll it up, and it's kind of old and musty. Like it's not like an amazing bag, but yeah, it's serviceable still.
Stuff it in my pillowcase that I'm carrying around for Halloween.
Oh, of course. So did you like dress up or at all, or is it...
No, I didn't. I'm wearing.
After this.
That's what I told my parents.
Okay. So, anything else you guys want to do?
Nope. Further in.
We're gonna keep going, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything. We at least got to find those raccoons.
Okay, so you guys kind of continue down this tunnel in the same way that you were going. There's really no turnoffs or anything that you see. The walls are pretty smooth. Again, you're just kind of passing some errant debris, maybe a bit more garbage and signs of people as you go in. But you probably walk another half mile before you come down to acid density. Come on. Before you actually come to a place where it splits off, and you can tell this is where two tunnels. Because you guys kind of entered at the exit, and this is where two tunnels would come together, and they go off left and right. And right now it's still very smooth, smooth curves. Why are you smiling at me like that?
I don't know, because I'm waiting to ask a question.
Okay, what is your question?
Well, you made me think about why I was looking at you, so I forgot what the question was.
Okay.
So I'll remember it.
All right, think about it.
Good.
And again, like...
Oh, right, I remember now.
Okay,
is there standing water in the tunnel, or is it like totally dry?
Maybe there's a couple of places where there's puddles, but for the most part, it's dry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should I not look at you anymore? Since I don't have a question?
Yes, do not look at me unless you have something to say. So what do you guys want to do? Yeah, you're at a fork in the road. I felt like I had more description there, but I guess I don't.
Okay.
Well, let's take a vote. Left or right?
Do we have a coin to flip? Anybody got a quarter on him?
I do not.
I want to leave it up to chance.
I'm
I didn't mean
sure-
in real life. I meant in game.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm sure.
My parents put my allowance in a bank account.
No, I've definitely got one. Hold on. I got a dime. Will you flip a dime?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Call it in the air.
Tails.
Wait. One.
What?
Wait. That's not gonna work.
I saw you go to flip it.
Yeah, I know. I started to, and then I realized I can't. Okay. Tails is which is tails? Somebody pick.
Here. Even is tails.
Okay.
So in the moment of silence after the coin hits the ground, off to the left, you guys hear like really pretty much the first sounds other than your own footsteps and talking that you've heard, and it's just kind of like some quick scraping noises, just like.
Say, Marvin, over there.
And you turn that way, and it's you can kind of hear that it's more distant than what your flashlights are reaching right now, but it is off to the left.
Okay. We should go that way.
Yeah.
I mean, monsters make noise, right?
What if it's a silent monster?
Then we should have gone right.
Let's Scooby-Doo this and split up.
No. Let's not do that. I've only got the one camera. I mean, that's not.
Don't you have a digital and a film?
I mean, I've got like a old like Polaroid my mom gave me, but that's not.
Also, yeah, if you guys split up, one person's going off alone.
Yeah, also, it's kind of scary in here. I'm not afraid to say
not
that.
going
It's dark.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going left, right? Yeah,
Left.
All right, so you guys turn left, and at this point, like things start, like the turns are a little bit harder, and it kind of goes right and left, and every once in a while you pass underneath an actual drainage open, and you can like hear cars drive by occasionally, but it's too high up, and you can see like maybe through the starlight you can see that they're graded, so you can't really get out that way. Yeah, but so you guys continue walking down that, and you come across, you start coming across more of small camps, like you saw before, and then you do come across a larger encampment. And so this place is, so again, the tunnel is pretty consistently, like I said, about 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall. And so it's kind of just off to the right, they have all these little sections marked out where they have like scrap plywood used to separate out these little rooms, and some of them have sleeping bags. There's a couple of places where there's mattresses, but you do notice that much like the first camp that you found, this one doesn't really have any people in it, and most of the I hesitate to say valuables, but most of the stuff that people would want to keep has been taken.
You want any more sleeping bags?
No, this one fills up my pillowcase quite well, actually.
So,
any other messy footprints, areas where it looks like there may have been a struggle, blood?
So this is a bit of a bigger area. So to learn more, you might need to do an investigative mystery. So that would be your first move. So you'll need 2d6. Alrighty.
So 4. Failed terribly, I'm guessing.
So so the way that this works is, in most situations, 6 or below is a failure. And you were doing the investigative mystery move. So if you would please read for me what the failure condition is for that. It should be on like the first page of the hunter's thing.
I don't see any failure.
It's just you get to ask questions about the situation based on how well you rolled, and if you don't get above a 7, you don't get to ask any questions.
Oh, okay. That's probably it. All right. All right. I think I know what I'm thinking about. So, in the case of Ryan's heading out. Bye,
Ryan. Too.
Thanks for setting things up.
Thanks.
Okay, so because you failed this, not only do you not get to ask any questions, but let me think what we can do here. So what you do? So how were you going to investigate? What were you planning on doing? Like,
I was intending on looking around to try to see anything unusual. Maybe blood somewhere, or
okay. So you do kind of walk around, and again, this place is pretty abandoned, and it's fairly messy. Like you can see there's a few various trash piles, and if you wander around too much, you'll come across a place that like people are obviously using as a bathroom. But you don't really notice much besides what you saw immediately, which is that this place is pretty abandoned. But yeah, kind of off. Not seem to you. So like while you're wandering around, you keep hearing that skittering sound, and it's always just out of sight. And it seems like now it's coming from both sides of you, but never at the same time. But it's always out of sight, and you never quite get to see anything.
So what kind of sound is it making?
It's like
okay. So it sounds pretty small.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still don't see anything.
I've seen this before. It's rats.
Oh.
Okay, I say we keep going then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of experience with rats?
Looked them up on YouTube.
Read their Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
No, that's good enough.
Okay, good.
Do you guys want to do anything else here?
No, I say we just keep going.
Okay. So you guys kind of you continue, and right now the tunnel is actually very straight. It just kind of keeps going all in one direction, and
no, it's the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah, there you go, Jay.
Yes, Hair and
wrong
Face
way.
Museum.
So you guys continue down, and it goes pretty much straight in one direction past this particular camp. And as you're going down, you can hear a sound kind of faintly off in the distance in front of you, and it's the sound of a baby crying.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Camera's rolling, right?
What? Are there babies down here?
Maybe it's rat babies. Does it sound like rat babies or human babies crying?
It sounds like a human baby crying.
Okay.
The camera is definitely rolling, and I also turn on the cassette recorder, just because that's really creepy. There shouldn't be babies down here.
And it kind of echoes down the tunnel, and you can tell it's pretty far off at this point. It's kind of faint. You guys might have been talking, and you heard it between, like, in one of those awkward silences that happen sometimes.
Was it persistent or just like a quick?
It's kind of persistent right now.
Okay.
That's not a baby, is it? Okay, we gotta go. We gotta find that baby or whatever it is.
Shine the flashlight down that.
Yeah, you don't really see much right now, but you can hear it's down that direction.
Let's go, Marvin. This is our break.
I mean, even if it's just a tunnel baby, that'd be huge. Do you know how much? Do you know how many hits we get for a tunnel baby?
Think of the SEO on Tunnel Baby.
You're not gonna get more hits than we're gonna get. I mean,
we're heroes either way.
Yeah, either way, we gotta go. It's either a monster or a tunnel baby.
Terry, if you're watching, I want you to name this on YouTube Tunnel Baby.
Good.
All right, so you guys are hurrying down there now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you're making a lot of noise as you come down this way, and the tunnel kind of banks right and around there, and pretty much as soon as you come around that turn, you hit another camp. And this one almost seems larger than the one that you saw before. Well, hold on a second. Can I paint a scene, please? So you kind of knew that it was coming because there were a bunch of old broken bicycles off to the left and right, just leaned up against the side. But yeah, and then you kind of hit the actual camp. And you do hear in this camp, you hear that baby crying still. But even as you're walking into here, you can tell that this place is pretty abandoned. So what do you do?
I'd like to go check out the bikes. Do any of them work at all?
It looks like maybe if you took a bunch of them and you took some time, you could put together a working, maybe a few out of the bunch that are there. But yeah, right now,
because I wanted a tunnel bike.
Yeah, right now there's no working tunnel bikes for you.
Okay.
Do we hear the baby still?
Yes, you do.
No time to investigate. We need to find this child.
Is it nearby?
Yeah, you can tell it's in this camp.
Oh God. Okay, I start trying to pinpoint where the sound is coming from.
Okay, so again, you.
What do you call out to a baby?
I mean, you could call out to a baby.
What would you call out to a baby?
Like, baby. It's not going to respond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, the baby continues to cry. All right, so you're looking for it, and again, it's kind of set up where there's a few rooms off to the right, and a few. Then there's in this camp, there's probably 6 or 7 of these makeshift rooms set up, and in like the fourth one is where you come across you're kind of walking down these and you're looking in, and there's like a mattress left over in this one, and a knocked over pile of old books that basically fell apart as soon as they hit the ground, and then you turn the flashlight into this one, and just laying in the middle of this mattress there is a human child, a human infant, and it's kind of wrapped up in not dirty clothes, but kind of the dingy cloth that you would expect to be in such a tunnel. What do you do? And it kind of stops crying when it sees you. Tunnel baby.
Do we all find it or just Marvin?
Well, he's the one who went looking first. So,
gotcha.
I mean, but it's kind of up to you.
What's down there, Marvin? What is it? Just say it. Use your words.
I refuse to speak. I just keep making head gestures. I'm definitely filming this baby just as nonstop at this point, because it's either a baby, in which case, I mean, it should definitely be recorded because, tunnel baby views, or it's a monster and it's going to like attack me or something. Either way, I am just recording the ever-loving crap out of this baby.
And maybe the monster's camera shy.
Yeah, maybe.
So just by recording and protecting yourself.
So people don't normally leave babies down like in tunnels, I don't think. I would like to read a bad situation.
Okay.
Just to see if is this some sort of like, do the people who live down here like trap kids? Like, are they trying to lure us down here to eat us or something? I don't.
Is that baby bait?
Maybe the adult went out for food.
Bait.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna read a bad situation though,
Yep.
because that seems like a good idea. That is an 8.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, which an 8 falls within, you get to ask one question on that list.
All right, so I think I know what my best way in and out is. It's right here, this entrance. What's the biggest threat? I am just looking around. Like, are there sharp objects near the baby, or is there like somebody lurking in the corner? Like,
Okay, so I mean, you can't see a whole lot still here. You're just here with flashlights, but you don't see any immediate like weapons. Like you don't think the baby's packing heat or anything.
no,
like
I didn't
that.
think the baby was going to attack me.
But
got a
as
mean
far
right
as
hook.
threats go, like you know that in normal situations, a person would not just leave a baby laying here.
Yeah, I'm fairly aware of that.
Either there is like so you know that there is something about going on here, but just looking around, you can't tell what it is,
I don't.
especially through the viewfinder of a camera.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
I'm gonna wrap the child in the sleeping bag. Not like smother like, but you know.
We found a baby. It's
To keep
probably
it
a
warm.
monster. Let's smother
We
it.
found a baby. Let's put it inside the sleeping bag we found. Boom, put them together. You play way too many crafting games. That's what this is.
Now
Okay.
you've got a bundled baby.
But you are going to approach the baby and wrap it up. So yeah, so it kind of it makes a couple baby noises as you pick it up.
What are baby noises?
Why did you make me do that?
Because I knew
I'm giving you
would.
inspiration.
Thank you.
You can't do that. But yeah, so you have right now. Yeah, you have this baby. What do you do? What do you do?
Does it have a
Hold
collar?
What do you do with kids?
It does not have a collar.
I'm just sweeping the general area, waiting for something to jump out at us.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking around to see if there's someone else, like signs of someone else being here, or if the baby's.
Okay, so you're just kind of holding the
Yeah.
baby. All right, so they kind of wander off, and you are you going deeper the way you were going, or are you just kind of getting establishing shots? What are you doing?
Well, I am establishing shots, but also like I'm just filming the crap out of this baby and the area around it because I like whatever's going on is going to happen near a baby in a like sewer tunnel, not quite sewer, runoff tunnel, whatever. You don't wind, as you
Yeah.
pointed out, you don't often wind up with abandoned babies in tunnels.
Not usually.
Yeah.
And you're actually wandering out of the area though.
Yeah, like continuing in the direction we were heading.
Okay.
Just to see what's ahead of us.
All right, so you don't get very far before something happens. So you're holding this baby, and it's kind of making baby noises. You don't know how, you're 12 years old. You don't know how to read baby noises, but then it starts to make noises that you don't expect from a baby. It begins to growl a little bit, and when you hear that, you look down, and its face has distinctly changed. Its eyes are completely black. The face is like hardened, and it has these sharp teeth. And as you kind of look down at it, the sleeping bag tears open, and its long clawed fingers kind of dig into your chest as it crawls out of this and crawls over you. So you take 2 harm.
You better spike that baby.
And what do you do?
Whoop.
All right, I'm going to make you act under pressure to get this thing off because it is trying to crawl onto you, and you are trying to get away from there.
Now I see why somebody left this baby down here.
So that would be a 9.
Okay, so let's say you kind of chuck this baby, but it is still like kind of thrashing towards you, and so you drop. I'm gonna make you drop your pillowcase just because.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's like the most useful thing. But yeah, so you kind of chuck this thing away. Which direction do you chuck it? Out of curiosity.
Straight ahead of me towards the beds and whatnot, the rooms.
Were you not facing the camera?
I imagine it was standing to the side and not directly in front of me.
I assumed I was.
I'm just
off to the
making sure
side,
I
so
understand.
you
All
could-
right. I just make like I love
the
to be
shot
kind of
into
a
the
creepy
camera.
shot for you. You're like filming around and he's just not facing you. All right,
That would
so
be very creepy.
so you throw it that way, and it kind of lands reasonably on the mattress, very very animal like, and it turns and it hisses at you, and then it just skitters up the wall, and then kind of past the other makeshift wall, down that way.
Okay, I rolled to act under pressure to make sure I got the shot.
Okay.
As like tracking the baby flying through the air now and like skittering up the wall. I rolled a 13, so I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I got that.
So
shot.
yeah, you got that shot.
Yeah.
That is like,
And it was like steady cam level footage.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's like
before you were shaky
face.
because you were scared, but this the sheer petrifying terror like took hold of you, and you got a great shot. Just an excellent tracking.
Did he get the
tracking
change
shot.
of the face and everything?
He did not. No, he was looking around a little too much to actually catch that change. But he definitely got baby, look away. Oh my God! And
And then you flung it at a wall and it skittered away. That's terrifying. This is going to get us so many views.
so what do you guys do?
What direction did it head?
It
In or
it
out?
headed actually the way that you came from.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it too far up the tunnel. Would I have heard this happen?
You definitely
So
definitely heard action. I
Okay,
don't know
so I'm
what.
turning around.
I leave it up to them to be like what they
I made
yelled.
a
and
little bit of a yelp.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely shout something like, "Oh my God, it's not just a tunnel, baby. It's a tunnel monster. Get it!" Yeah. There's no way I didn't shout something about,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely coming back.
Yeah, I think you should.
So what are you guys doing?
I mean, we
Trying to track it with the flashlight to make sure it
Yeah.
doesn't turn around and come back at us.
So yeah, you guys kind of like, I guess you rush that way and you kind of rush around that one, but it's already past that. And as you're kind of looking for it again, you kind of hear it moving very quickly down that tunnel that way. So are you guys giving chase?
I'd like to quick save before we go.
There it is.
Okay, well, there we go. I figure at some point I realize you're bleeding now, and I start filming that instead because I'm like, oh man, we got to get some of that too. Look at what that thing did.
I only just realized that I'm actually bleeding and
Mm-hmm.
start to freak out a little bit.
Is it just like light scratches, or is it like
It's like
stabs?
I mean, it was enough to do 2 of your 7 possible harm before you're dead.
yeah, but are they
punctures.
more long or are they deeper?
They're kind of long and deep. It was kind of a rake across your chest and a little bit of your neck, maybe just a little bit, but not like the
Sorry.
jugular. You're not bleeding out.
Alex, buddy, that doesn't look good. That's weak. But the thing went that way. Are you okay? Can we keep going?
We need to get out of here.
Oh, but after the baby? Toward the baby?
So by now it's kind of skittered out of earshot. So you know that it's
Which way?
Is there
You're the monster expert. That thing's definitely a monster.
are there ladders up to the grates in the road above?
no, there's no ladders. They're just
So it's
kinda-
just holes.
yeah.
Okay.
They are for water to run into, not for people to escape out of.
Yeah. Well, usually manhole covers have ladders down for maintenance.
Yeah, but these ones aren't manhole covers.
Oh, okay.
So what we're saying is that civil engineers should design their cities just in case some kids wander down into a tunnel and get attacked by a monster baby.
That is the whole point of this game tonight, and this is what I hope the viewers. This is all a PSA.
For you civil engineers out there, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
deferring
interested
to you.
in continuing forward away from that tunnel monster. We got the shot. We need to get out of here.
We
My parents
absolutely-
are going to kill me when they see this shirt.
We absolutely got the shot, and I mean, yeah, okay. We don't know where it went anyway. Okay, yeah, lead on. Somebody.
So
Let's keep going.
which way are you going? Like I'm a little confused.
Deeper?
Okay, so you're going. All right, so
Yeah.
you're continuing deeper. All right. So you guys kind of go and again there's a couple hard left and rights and then you come to kind of another split after, and this is after probably a good quarter mile, maybe even a half mile of walking that you get to this. And again, every once in a while you think that you're hearing that sound again, but it's off in the distance and you're not quite sure where.
More tunnel babies?
You're not sure. And again, you come to a split in the tunnel where it goes left and right.
Are there any rocks around? Like small rocks?
Yeah, there's a couple like little like gravel and stuff like that would have gotten washed in.
Take one and mark the wall we came through. I saw that in a survival video once on YouTube.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a good idea.
All right, cool. And there is some like there's occasional graffiti that you can also use to kind of help you do that. But yeah,
Seeing this,
smart.
I also pick up a rock and I write "help," and then I film it for a minute with some nice shaky cam, like
I like it.
just in case we don't make it.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep walking?
Yeah.
So
keep going.
which way are you going? Like, are you?
Oh, yeah,
so
left or right again.
You're
Which
to
way
left
are
or
you
right,
going, guys?
And I can tell you that, like, you know that if you continue off to the left, that okay. So you guys remember the split that you had before. So you assume that off to the right will kind of get you back to that split, and off to the left goes who knows where. Does that make sense?
Okay. Do we know how much further it is to go out? Should we?
Well, if this is taking us back towards the split, that's back towards the tunnel monster.
I mean, maybe it's past the tunnel monster, though.
Good point.
We don't really know how far it made it. I mean, maybe it's following us.
And I should point out, you think, like, when you hear these noises off in the distance, again, like before when Alex was kind of listening, they come from both ahead and behind you. Like, it's not like you're being followed necessarily.
Left again?
Yeah.
More tunnel babies.
Left again.
Okay. So you guys walk down that way, and this is kind of an area where, again, it's kind of lazily drifting to the left and right. And then, like, kind of, and you're not really hitting any really good landmarks. Again, there is maybe a little bit of graffiti and that kind of stuff, but you don't really see anything off to the the sides besides just some normal debris. And then it kind of takes a hard right and a hard left, and then you come into a spot where there's a bunch of broken bicycles on either wall.
Seems pretty mundane to me.
Okay, and so you kind of continue past those, and you come to the camp that is just like the one that you found the baby in, because it is the same one.
So this is a circle.
Okay, so we continue forward and then we take the right, I guess.
The other direction.
Unless it was a longer walk from the split to... We take the shorter route, I assume. Either forward or backward.
I'm still bleeding right now, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get you out, buddy.
We don't need to set markers because your blood is dripping the whole way we're walking.
Cookie crumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're continuing past the camp, kind of.
And then going right when we get back up to the fort.
I think that's the best plan. I mean, apparently we can't go left there.
We could go left again and see what happens.
But
Maybe it's like shifting tunnels.
do they do that?
No.
Oh. Okay, then yeah, maybe we should do that because that's gonna be amazing.
All right. So you guys continue. You're continuing
going-
past the camp.
And then going right at the fork.
Okay.
Assuming we make it to the fork again.
So yeah. So you make it to the fork again, and you're going right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So different than you did before.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Yes. Left took us back in a loop. We don't want to just keep doing that forever. This time.
All right. So in this
Get loops
case,
back around.
you guys you go. It's kind of a long, lazy right hand curve that you walk down for a good probably half mile, and then you just kind of come to another camp. And this one doesn't look like There's not a whole bunch of distinguishing features to it. It just, looks like a bunch of rooms. Actually, no. As you walk in, there's one kind of feature that stands out to you. There's like a big circular table that looks like it might have come out of like a boardroom or something like that. And you can tell that it's been set up and it's where maybe people would hang out before. It's got like some papers and
Tunnel D&D?
newspapers. What was that?
Tunnel D&D?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, there's some dice. No, there's no dice. People are taking their dice. But again, like you don't see a lot of signs of life. But as you come into this one, you hear like further down on the other end of this camp, you hear some ragged breathing.
Does it sound like baby breathing?
It's hard for you to say without doing something.
So do we just keep going?
Can we try to investigate that breathing?
You can. That'd probably be read a bad situation in this case.
Sure, I'll roll it.
Yeah.
So I have a question about helping out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that allowable on pretty much any situation? Because I would also like
Pretty
to
much,
attempt
just
to,
as long as you have like some narrative thing that you're doing to help.
Okay, so what were you doing?
So I got a 7.
Okay. So I believe on read a bad situation, that's one of those ones you get to hold one, and you spend that hold to ask one of those questions that you have.
What is the best way out of here?
All right. So at this point, if you just want to get out, wait, are you talking about the camp or about the tunnels?
The tunnel.
Okay, about the tunnels.
Need I remind you, I am still bleeding.
Yes. You believe that at this point, if you tried to go back the way that you came, that would probably be longer. You think that kind of seeing how this is kind of a ring in this direction that you're going, you feel like you've walked more than halfway around it.
Okay.
So, yeah. So continuing in that direction is probably the best way out of the tunnels.
And continuing it would be towards the breathing?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Let's go.
How
Should I go
far
first?
is
I have a
it?
bat.
How far is it?
it's probably a good idea.
Alright, I'll
To
go
what?
first.
Oh, can we not see the other end of the room? I'm sorry.
To the other end
Yeah.
of the camp?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Can
making
I
terrible
throw
faces.
something that far?
10 feet?
If you made a like, how good are you at chucking things? How good is Marvin?
Not great. Not great. I spend an awful lot of time in my room.
Probably not. It's probably good. Well, I don't know. What was I thinking? By 50 or 60 feet? Yeah, a kid could probably throw that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I start looking around for something to chuck.
All right. Yeah, like I said, there's some gravel. There's some newspaper you could
just-
ball up.
Pick up a handful of gravel and I just chuck it at the other end of the area.
Okay.
Just shotgun style.
So
Just buckshot gravel down the tunnel.
Yeah. And then I film the reaction.
So you just take this gravel and you chuck it, and it's bouncing off the ceiling and walls because you didn't
No, I didn't aim it at all.
You didn't aim it very well at all. But there are you get enough of spread that some do make it a fair amount down there. But it bangs off of some of these wooden walls that they've set up, and you do hear the breathing kind of hitches. It kind of interrupts the breathing when it sounds that, and then it kind of stops for a moment as though somebody was surprised by this, and they're listening.
Maybe it's the tunnel mom.
I don't think that's better.
Especially because we just fucked up their baby.
What I mean,
Oh, shit.
No, you
Nope.
can.
Okay.
You can curse. You can say fuck.
but I mean, we are like 11 and 12. That's
Yeah.
still maybe a little far.
He's
man.
the
I
bad
don't
kid,
know.
though.
It's young enough to think it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah.
Also, do you think you caused that to happen to the baby out of curiosity, or does Tom think that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just getting my story straight here. All right, so yeah, what do you guys do?
I mean, it could be a real person, but it could also be the mom of that baby. And
Whatever it is, you just blasted him in the face with gravel. So
I mean, to be fair, if it was the mom of that thing, it kind of had it coming. Did you see that baby? You can't just abandon your baby in a tunnel. I don't care what you are.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, good. I'm glad we agree, Tom. Forward or back?
Say we go see what it is.
I mean, you did volunteer to go first. You said you had a bat.
Let's
so,
go. As long as you guys are shining lights behind me.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I am not missing this.
Step behind Tom and kind of push him forward. Tom, you first.
Yeah, send the 11-year-old first. Nice, guys.
I mean, I draw my pocket knife real quick and I flip out the little blade. Okay.
Like a little Swiss Army knife.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, it's one of those really tiny knives. But I have one, and it said it was a weapon. So here we go.
All right, let's keep walking forward. I guess we're probably being pretty hesitant, just like creeping forward.
So yeah, you guys are like.
We're just like.
Is it actually like? Are you guys going
forward.
like turtle, where like some of you are walking back to back, like backwards?
Oh yeah, like we're in like the same 5-foot cube.
Okay, and to be clear, who's in front? Just to be absolutely
I think it's
okay. So it is.
I'm
Tom.
in front with these two right behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's
All
a
right.
triangle.
So you're going past, and you're passing up, and these various rooms and kind of encampments. And in this one, you might actually think, as you were kind of glancing into these, that these were evacuated is not the term I want to use, but these were abandoned more recently than some of the other ones that you guys have been seeing. And you're kind of going past these rooms, and you can hear that breathing starting again as you guys are kind of cautiously moving down here when you're probably about halfway down the line, and you can tell it's coming from the last room.
Okay, so I'm kind of looking around in all these rooms. Does it look like everybody left in a hurry? Like, is everything gone, or is like stuff kind of knocked over and like, there's a bunch of stuff left?
In a couple of places there's stuff kind of knocked over. And in one of these, when you look in, you see a blanket that looks like it might have blood on it.
Okay, so this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood on this blanket, guys.
But you
I'm
could,
gonna draw my silver knife.
alrighty.
Your silver knife.
Yeah.
Now, is this just like a silverware knife? Like, is it
Butter knife.
No, I would assume it's at least a steak knife. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
It is a silver steak knife.
Okay, a silver steak knife. Alrighty. But you're continuing?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So as you're kind of slowly creeping up to this last one, because you can hear that's where the noise is coming from, and probably even like almost scraping up against the far tunnel wall from this wall. But as your light kind of falls on across that room, you see that there's just kind of a figure laying, not fully in the bed. There's actually a mattress in this, but kind of halfway into it. And he's just kind of laying there prone, and this is definitely where that raspy breathing is coming from. And as you kind of go further, Alex, if you look ahead, you'll recognize that this is Uncle Joe. And
Let's go put him in your sleeping bag and hold him.
And he's kind of laying there, and he's covered up his torso with a blanket, and he's laying there, and he's kind of shaking a bit, and you can hear his breath is kind of shallow and raspy.
Uncle Joe.
He doesn't really react when you come into view.
Call his name. Uncle Joe.
He kind of moves, and he looks up, and he's like, "Who's there?"
Uncle Joe, it's me, Alex. You came with us?
So his eyes are kind of like searching around upwards, and they're not really focusing on anything. So do you get like close or anything like that?
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of come in closer, and you can see that this is not a good situation. Like he's kind of covered by the blanket, but his face is pale, and his eyes kind of like search around, and they finally fall on you, and he kind of. You can see the surprise on his face, and he's like, "Alex, I told you not to come here."
Are you all right? Are you cold?
Oh, I don't think I'm any good, Alex. I don't think there's anything good about what's going on here. You guys need to get out of here now.
What happened?
It looked just like
A baby?
her. Then he kind of just falls silent, and lets out a breath, and he doesn't take in another one.
What did he say?
I'm gonna get closer to him.
He does not react.
Oh. Poor Uncle Joe.
What does the wound on Uncle Joe look like? Does it look like Skippy's over here?
So are you going to like remove? So you'll walk up. So you're just like, get out of here, Alex. I know your friend just died.
I'm not pushing him out of the way.
But if you
Tough kid.
so you kind of pull the blanket back and you see that he has probably more scratches across his chest, and then definitely some like deep bite marks in his neck that were bleeding profusely while his heart was still beating.
Put away the knife and pull out a mallet and wooden stakes. Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting all of this. I take some Polaroids of the wounds. Like, we gotta have evidence of that. Oh my god.
Man.
I wonder if we didn't talk or go the wrong way the first time, if he would have been alive when we got here, or like more alive.
That's a,
Less dead.
I mean, that's basically it.
That's a really sad thought. He could have given us all sorts of information.
Yeah. All because we went the wrong way.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's coins for you.
Who decided to go left? They killed Uncle Joe.
My dime did. You want to beat it up?
All right, so what are you guys doing? Like, what do you...
I'm gonna try to check his pulse.
So you go, I guess, to the side of his neck that isn't all bloodied.
Yeah.
And you don't feel any pulse as... Like, you check it like you've seen in the movies, and yeah, you don't really feel anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, real quick. We don't get reception down here, right? There's no signal.
No, you check your phone, and yeah, you really don't get any.
Just
any
making
signal.
sure. I'm not a monster. I'll call 911. Okay, well, we definitely got to get out of here because that thing ate him.
I'm gonna pull a blanket up over Uncle Joe
Oh,
to
that's
cover him.
Close his eyelids like you do in the movies.
Yeah. Take the one dime and put it on him. I saw that in a movie.
Just right on his face, yeah.
just over his third eye.
We've only got the one. You just put it right on the bridge of his nose. Okay, we should get out of here because it took him down.
Let's keep going.
He's twice our size.
You guys want to start booking it down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get out.
All right. So you guys run, and you take off, and the tunnel kind of like you get like Uncle Joe's camp kind of disappears in the darkness behind you pretty quick, and the tunnel kind of veers to the left and to the right a little bit, and then you come to a fork in the road that's not quite like what you expected to come to this way. It looks like the one that you turned both left and right at. It's kind of a hard right and a hard left. And there's a mark on the left wall where Alex picked up a rock and put that there.
Wait, so we looped back to the same spot again? Can I get a map of this? This isn't making sense in my head.
If you were trying to draw a map, no, it would not make any sense.
Okay, hold on. We gotta. This isn't right. So I attempt to begin reviewing video footage at like fast forward, like rewind and fast forward speeds to see if we missed like a side tunnel or something.
Okay, so yeah, so you kind of are going through very quickly, and you don't see anything that you missed or anything like that. It just like as you kind of disappear into the darkness, it doesn't seem to make sense.
Okay.
So I guess now's a good time. So Alex, you've done a lot of research on monsters in the past. Like, where do you keep that research? Like, do you have like a journal or
On my Mac at home.
on your Mac at home? Okay, so you don't have any of it, access to
Not
any
with
of it
me.
here. Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to help you out at all. Are you sure you didn't keep?
You don't have it synced to your smartphone?
I might have some notes.
All right. So you have like
Texted them to myself.
I mean, so yeah, so you guys like as you come to this crossroads again that you know you should not be coming to based on the direction that you went. I mean, these tunnels, like I said, they're like 8 feet tall, 8 feet wide.
Can Can I roll a preparedness check? That's one of the moves I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 8.
8. Yeah, you'll have to read that one out for me because I don't know.
On 7 to 9, I have whatever it is we're looking for, but not with me. So at home.
That is perfect. Yeah.
That's retroactively perfect. All right. So yeah, you guys realize now that you are in this, like, this is not how this should be. This is
so
supernatural.
The tunnels are making sense to our actual
Yes.
characters too.
Yes.
It's not just me out here.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And
So shifty tunnels.
And behind you,
Yeah, you were right.
not too far away, you hear the sound of a baby crying.
Guys, maybe it's a better baby. Let's go see what it is.
No.
Alex, you go first.
No, we should move away from the direction of that.
Yeah, let's wait, because the baby is behind us.
Yes.
So we should just keep going ahead.
I mean, we've got a left and a right again, though, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Let's go right, because left was a loop last time. Wait, what side of the tunnel was the mark on?
Left side. It was,
On the left, so we made a mark on the right-hand side of
I
the
thought
tunnel?
you had made a mark on the left before.
Okay,
I thought you did, but maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
And I
did,
don't
because
know
we
that
went
it
left the first
matters.
time when he said he marked it, so he
Yeah.
marked the left side before.
Okay.
So we need to go right again.
Okay. We can do that.
Just keep
I guess,
going right.
though.
Yeah.
Just
Until we get to Albuquerque, then we make a left.
solid Bugs Bunny joke. I like it. All right.
Sure.
And we are in a tunnel. It's perfect. Do we see any of those grates like up to the road?
Yeah, you see, every once in a while you'll see a couple up there, but yeah, they definitely seem like they're out of reach right now.
They're not just 8 feet up.
They're like 8 feet up, but you're like,
It's out of reach for an 11-year-old.
yeah.
I mean,
But we could stand
for
on each other's
one of
shoulders.
us,
We're both
that
over
was-
4
right?
foot.
That was
Okay,
my,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
we could try and
if
get
this
like,
is
I'm not saying it's a
I have
good
to get
idea.
on your
I just-
shoulders because I'm probably smaller.
What? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just asking. Should we try and flag somebody down at this point?
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, okay. Okay.
How bad could it be?
Oh, I'm not very strong, so this could go really poorly. I'm sorry if I drop you.
That's okay.
Okay. I attempt to sort of lift him up.
all right. So you lift him up there, and you remember that you actually have this red balloon that you're going to, and you're like, oh, I could use this to signal people.
Yeah,
No,
it's perfect.
We become part of a marketing scheme.
yeah. So you get up there. And you saw from below that there are metal bars here, mostly to keep people from getting, or people and big things from getting down in here, but they certainly keep you from getting out. And then as you look past these bars, you can see that this is a fairly busy road, and there's cars driving by pretty quickly, and yeah, they don't seem like this is not an area where cars stop very often, I guess is what I should
So I could
say.
turn the flashlight on my phone on and then just like hold it up through the grates and just like wave it.
You can try. I mean,
A car's gonna see that whether they stop or not.
Yeah, and none of them are stopping. Like as you're doing that, maybe you
I
get a
turn
couple
on, like,
honks.
a strobe function or something.
Yeah, when you turn on the
Extra
strobe is
panicky.
when some people honk at you. And
Oh look, a sewer rave.
they're probably just they're just assuming that this is some weird thing for Halloween because it's Halloween night. And probably somebody's like, oh man, they're like pretending to be Pennywise. That's funny.
I really wish that film hadn't recently come back out. This is not going to go well for us.
Unfortunate timing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, are you any luck?
I mean, is it cool enough to where people are driving by with their windows down? So could we be yelling through the grates?
No, it's Las Vegas. No one has their windows down. It's all you see.
But it's at night, right? So it's probably cool enough.
Cars aren't stopping.
Right. Yes. Move on, says the DM. Okay. Well, nobody's stopping, huh?
No.
People suck.
Right.
Right? Okay. So, do we go right, I guess? I don't...
Yeah, let's try.
Let's keep going right.
Okay.
How bad could it be, right?
So, Alex, as you guys are walking down this way, and I mean, this is kind of familiar by now, like, maybe you think back on some of the research that you did. And yeah, and you remember some things, obviously, but nothing specific, like, right now, obviously. There's a number of different vampiric kind of monsters that you've read about in the past. But yeah. So after a little bit of walking, you come to that large table, and you recognize this as the entrance to Uncle Joe's camp.
This can't be right. Turn around.
No, we did go right. This is definitely right. Wait, and if we go back... Because if we go back to that thing and make a left, we're just going back where we know we came from.
So
or
if we,
are we?
Go back to the intersection we came from and make a right, it will be the one we didn't come from last time.
You know what? Maybe we should do right again. Maybe they are shifting and we should just keep doing the same one.
Over and over and over again?
Just how bad could it be? Just like one more time just to see. Like, how long did it take to complete this loop?
I mean, it's taking you like a good 20 minutes or so to walk these distances.
So is it worth 20 minutes of our time to figure out if these sewers are really...
I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean...
How are you doing? You're kind of bleeding out.
How am I doing?
I mean, you're not getting worse.
Okay, not
I mean, it
actively
doesn't.
bleeding
Yeah,
out.
it doesn't feel good. Yeah, there's. I guess, kind of taking a step back, and mechanically, there is like under your harm, there is unstable harm, and that's when things just continue getting worse.
Gotcha.
But yeah, at 2, you're halfway there, right? I think that unstable starts at 4.
Yeah,
I believe. So yeah, right now you're okay. You're still in the okay realm.
I can push on, but not for much longer.
think you can make another 20 minutes?
I think so.
You backed away at the worst time.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. So you want to try it again, or do you want to go left?
Yeah, let's go right again. I got nothing.
All right, so you guys are turning around to go back to the...
So we're
going forward again, right?
going forward again to get to the fork we just took.
Okay.
And we are hanging a right again at that
No,
intersection.
we're heading forward to get maybe back to the fork we think we probably just took. Because we don't know.
Definitely.
Okay. So you guys walk past Uncle Joe's camp again, right?
Is he still there?
Yeah, but it looks like maybe something else has been through here. You think that maybe the blanket that you put over him has been disturbed a little bit. No, the dime fell off. That's better. Yeah.
Probably just another homeless guy coming down here looking for change.
Maybe. I mean,
Have you seen any other homeless people?
No.
okay.
We're just walking at the same pace.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Could be. Maybe he's stuck in here too, walking it. Maybe we should turn around.
We just keep hearing each other and we're like chasing each other down tunnels. All right. So, wait, did we already complete that same loop again?
Wait, which one?
The one we said we would redo. Or try to redo?
So you guys just passed Uncle Joe's camp.
Okay, so we're still there. So we need to get back to that fork.
So again, yeah. So you're walking forward again past there, and you kind of walk down. And again, this is kind of a long right hand turn, is where Joe's camp was at, and then it kind of tightens, right, and you don't remember this happening before the last time you did this. It kind of tightens right and then straightens out. And off to the left, you see actually your flashlights land on a large, heavy metal door, and it's got a number on it. Let's just say it's 67, and it has several locks on it to keep people out, and they're big and industrial enough locks that you can tell even in this remote place with the community of tunnel dwellers. It has not really been messed with too much.
Locks preventing the door from people from getting in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we want to go do anything with the door? We just keep going.
I mean, it's a door. Doors lead out, right? I mean, or in, I guess.
Yeah, so are we on the inside of the door? And we need to... Which way is it?
It really depends on perspective, yeah.
But, like, are we trapped inside the room? Or are we on the outside and inside there's bad?
Can we just knock, maybe? Maybe there's somebody on the other side. I don't know.
Investigate it. Put our ear up to the door.
Use my bat and just hammer the door.
So taking those one at a time, you knock on the door and no one responds. You stick your ear up to the door and you don't really hear anything inside of there.
And before he takes his ear off, I just start wailing on the
until
door.
you hear the loud noise of somebody banging a bat against it. And you can get as mad at Tom as you want from there.
Now's not the time. But there will be revenge.
That'll be good.
Whatever you say, and then I just like pat you on the back, right where you got scratched.
So, Tom, I do believe you have ways of getting into locked locations on your sheet. I believe you have a move.
Maybe.
That allows you to do something like that. Hints from the DM.
Thanks, DM. Was it a move he could possibly not take?
I mean,
I thought it was something that just came with the correct. Oh, maybe it was.
It's an artifact that there's a skeleton key that opens any magically sealed lock.
You don't get the sense these are magically sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kids. They could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't see anything on here about unlocking stuff.
It may have been under burglar now that I'm thinking about it.
Trapped us in a tunnel with no way out.
Does the door
There's
have a
ways
pocket? I can pickpocket. Is there a pocket with a key in it?
No, you can pickpocket out Alex and find out that he has no key to the door.
I mean, how secure are the locks?
I mean, they're reasonably secure.
Rattle.
Like just tugging on it, it's not going to.
Okay.
Are they kind of old and rusty, so I could kind of jam at them with the bottom of the bat and kind of break them?
Maybe one of the three that's on there.
Okay, so we can't get through that way. Okay.
Does the path continue ahead of us?
Yeah, it continues on.
Just keep going.
Yeah,
keep going.
If we can't get
guess
through the
so.
doors.
Can't. Nobody's home, I guess. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. So you guys continue down that way, and let me look at where I'm at.
Yeah.
And there's kind of another place where it kind of turns hard left, and then turns hard right, and then kind of goes straight for a while, and then it kind of starts curving lazily off to the left, and then you see your flashlights kind of fall off in the distance on the start of a camp off to the left. And you come across what you recognize as Uncle Joe's room on the left, but this time you've come from the other direction.
So we went the same exact way as last time and came out the way we came in? Wait.
Okay, it's got to be a circle, right? We have to be missing something.
So, wait.
Is there a direction we haven't gone yet?
I mean, we left the room coming this way. We would have met ourselves had we been 20 minutes earlier.
We would have passed the path we came back on if we missed it.
You would think
so.
so.
But we didn't.
I mean, I'm not really looking behind us, though. It could be coming in at a weird angle. I don't know. But we definitely came out this way. I mean, look, there's Uncle Joe.
So if we're heading back towards Uncle Joe's camp,
Okay.
if we turned around, that would be where the fork would have been. So if we turn around, is there a fork there, or is it just where we came from?
You hear a baby crying at the other end of this camp.
I'm not going down to that end of the camp.
We should turn around and go back to the way we came, and we'll just really pay attention to the walls.
Yeah. You know what? We should walk with our hands dragging on the walls.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll find openings or something, right? Yeah,
maybe.
Magic doors.
Yeah, definitely what we're gonna find. If I can't videotape it,
So we're gonna turn around.
So you guys.
I mean, one of us should watch the back.
At this point, you guys have tried tracking walls and that kind of thing. You don't think that you've missed any turnoffs or anything like that. This is not the way things should be, and you need to either learn more about your situation, or you need to figure this out somehow. You are not going to just walk your way out of it.
But I want to.
I mean,
these boots were made for walking.
If that's how you want to spend the rest of our 30 minutes that we have, pretty good guess, 38. But
not bad. It's not bad.
Can I investigate a mystery?
You can. What specifically are you investigating? Like, let's.
I want to try to figure out what's going on with these tunnels. Why we keep going the same direction and finding different results.
How are you going to try to figure that out? I guess is what I'm asking.
I have an idea. If we stay within shouting distance, we can get pretty far by having like one person go as far as somebody can hear.
I don't like that.
Well, because then you're like, you
track
track
the
lengths.
baby crying.
You can track lengths of tunnel that way.
If you guys want to separate, yeah, go ahead.
I really don't like that.
Did you say shouting distance or screaming distance? Because I think it's going to become one of those.
I mean, you don't have to go like all the way too. You can still go like 20 or 30 feet and make a total of 60 feet of length you're actually checking to see if it's changing.
It's true.
It's not like we're going half a mile or something.
But I mean, okay, so let's assume you're right. Let's assume it's some sort of weird magical thing going on. Like, I mean, there's a chance you wind up like on the other side of a thing, and like it doesn't. I'm really worried we're going to wind up permanently separated if we split up too much.
Let's go back to Alex's thing, because he was in the middle of a thing. So I asked how you're going to try to figure out what's going on with this, and what are you thinking?
Well, I tried marking walls. Is there anything I remember about it? Anything that sticks out?
So you're just going to try to go by memory of the tunnels?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll for that, yeah. We'll see what we get you out of that.
8.
Okay, so 8. So for investigative mystery, I believe that lets you again hold one question, and so which question out of there?
What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here? Let me think of it. So just kind of going off of what you've been seeing in the tunnels, but also your memory of kind of researching things. You know that first off, the true direction that you guys are walking is somehow being concealed, and you know from your research that there are a number of different monsters that
can conceal things.
Have that ability to basically, usually it's told as travelers, they can be forced to lose their way, and you get the sense that is what's happening. So you get the sense that it is this being that is right now, you assume is the crying baby at the other end of this camp, is causing this.
So I'm starting to feel like we need to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Just hand you the bat. like say nothing. Just there you go.
I've never even been hunting. Have you?
No.
This is nothing like the video games I play.
I've got a pocket knife and he's got a bat. Like how are we gonna kill it? Did Joe have like anything on him? Like, I mean, he lived down here. Maybe he was armed.
It's a good question.
We forgot to loot Joe.
I am now.
I was trying not to loot Uncle Joe.
I mean,
I was actively trying not to loot him.
I don't think it's looting at this point. It's surviving. If we're gonna kill this thing, maybe Uncle Joe had a gun on him or something. I don't know.
How close are we to Uncle Joe?
I mean, you're pretty close. That's the way that you came into this camp is from that end.
I am gonna investigate the shit out of Uncle Joe.
Okay. Are you all going over there? I'm guessing.
I don't really want any part of that, but I'll stand near.
No, I mean,
you're staying here.
Staying close together.
Here, you take the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have an idea about this. What if we just treat it like a black bear, like the ones you get aggressive with, and just try to make as much noise? So what if we just like make a bunch of noise and run down the tunnel at it? and just try and like spook it.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Maybe?
You're 12.
I mean, it's not like
We've been on the internet.
Okay,
We've
okay,
seen that.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Root beer.
Really? Topical. Wow.
Anyway,
because it's not like sneaking up on it and getting to pick it up was helpful last time.
Yeah,
so like maybe we could just like
true.
chase it,
Try to scare
get
it
it
away.
spooked.
Let's look at Uncle Joe first. But
Well, yeah, we need to finish looting.
so after that conversation, you don't hear the baby crying anymore, but you're going to go investigate.
we heard our plans.
Babies aren't supposed to be that clever. All right.
It's almost like,
This tunnel baby's not a baby.
I was going to say, what makes you think this is an actual baby?
It's definitely still a baby.
Okay.
What if this is a different baby?
It looked. Oh God! It could be two of them. Maybe one of them's a real tunnel baby.
all babies do that when they get hungry.
I am investigating a mystery, and I got an 8.
So that means you get 1.
I feel like I know what happened here. Am I going to get anything out of what sort of creature is it that my monster buddy didn't already get?
Maybe.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Thank you for being upfront about that.
I mean, if you ask a question that I think you're not going to get anything out of, I'll tell you. And you can
Okay,
just
I
tell me
appreciate that. Thank you. Can I tell? That's what can hurt it, and does Joe have anything on him that might hurt it?
Okay.
Was there a point that it obviously avoided on Uncle Joe, maybe, or? Yeah, that's the best I got for that one. I'm not coming up with anything else.
All right. So I'm just trying to think of how to answer this.
It's fair. Oh, well, all you have to do is shout its name backwards 3 times, and the back name is
you
actually...
can tell by looking into Joe's eyes.
Right, yeah.
No.
I understand.
So looking over Uncle Joe's body. First off, you don't really find a whole lot useful. He's got a harmonica in his jacket pocket.
I'm not playing that.
Is it a silver harmonica?
It's
Silvery.
It's silvery, yeah. He's and also kind of looking around his room, you can tell that he was in the process of getting things together. There's like a bag that he was packing that's been knocked over, and his guitar's kind of near him. And you're kind of looking over him, and again he's got the scrapes on his body, and the bite on his neck. And looking, again, as I said when you first saw him, he looks a little pale. And looking, you can kind of tell that he's missing blood. And I imagine you would be talking with Alex. And you definitely get the sense that this thing's vampiric?
Sure. Yeah.
That is some sort of vampiric monster. And Alex could tell you that there's a variety of vampiric monsters, but, they all have the same basic weaknesses. And, well, they have a thirst, obviously, but they also have the same basic weaknesses.
Does one of them happen to be a wooden stake?
Mm-hmm. That is one of them, yes. But I mean, Alex can also tell you with first-hand knowledge, holding it down might be a little difficult.
I have an idea that you're not gonna like.
Ooh.
All right, Alex, we're going to let you bleed again and lay you out in the middle of the sewer as bait. And we're going to hide.
What?
So there's actually a roll for this, or there's a move for this.
I proposed that idea, but I'm not going to make you do it, obviously.
Well, no, but there's a move for this called manipulate someone, and there's special rules for manipulating another hunter.
I just read those.
Yes. So you should know that you can roll these things, and depending on the result of that roll, you can get benefits from either accepting or refusing. I'm not saying I am not trying to push you either way. I'm just trying to point out mechanics in the game.
What do you think we should do? Bear method or bait?
I don't think we should risk Alex. I mean,
I would rather
he's
not
my
be
best
bait.
friend. You can't just sacrifice Alex to.
Then you just have to be sure to save him before the thing gets him. You'd be his hero.
Why wouldn't you be his hero?
I'm 11. What do you want me to do?
I'm only 12. I'm not an adult.
You're in middle school. You're an adult.
Not at all. I know normally I try to act all grown up and like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. We're trapped down here in a tunnel with a vampire baby.
Now's not the time to panic.
Now is precisely the time to panic. Name a better time to panic.
All right, then what are we going to do?
What?
Do you just want to charge down at it and just...
I mean, maybe we can scare it. It's a baby.
Are you still filming, Marvin?
He
filming.
has the camera.
Oh,
I would
actually-
like to take it back. Okay,
Give
cool.
it back.
Yeah, I was definitely still
Okay.
rolling. I mean,
All right. I'm just curious.
I brought a backup battery and everything, so I would have swapped out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at this point. Just trying to scare it. I mean, we can't really run past it. Like, it doesn't sound like.
We could try to scare it.
I mean, if you scare it, maybe it just lets us go. Because I mean, then it's trapped in here with us. That was from that movie.
Maybe we should ask it a riddle it can't answer.
Do vampires do riddles?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, it was a good idea, though.
So if you guys want to know more about how to hurt it, you're not sure if you can tell more from examining Uncle Joe's body.
That's
I
fair.
mean, and obviously you're just 12-year-olds, so you're not exactly doing an autopsy.
I break out my pocket knife and I cut him open.
No, so pretty much you don't, and you guys still don't really have any signal down here. But Alex, you do know that you did sync some of your research off your MacBook, so I mean you could try to see what you can figure out from there.
Let's try it. Investigate a mystery. No.
Your dice are not friendly.
No. I'm going to switch them out.
For a note, there's such a thing there's a mechanic in this game called luck, and you can mark off those luck points. I actually meant to talk about this in the very beginning. You can mark off those to great benefit, but there is also something of great cost. And usually that would be when you run out of luck as a character, is referred to in the book as that character is now doomed. And it is then my job as the keeper to make terrible things happen to them. But for this one, since it's a one-shot, and we're probably not going to see these characters again after tonight, there just might be some consequences for using luck.
I'm going to try it.
All right. So I imagine you're using that for so you just failed a roll.
Yeah.
And so you can turn a failed roll into a 12.
Into a 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that. Well, I imagine you're not going to try to avoid harm.
That's already done.
Yep. So I guess you kind of get out your phone, and again you don't have any signal, and your battery's starting to wane as you guys are using this for your flashlights all the time. Yours especially, since you've turned on strobe mode, which you wouldn't think would use more, but it does. But yeah, so you're kind of looking through, and you realize that you have an old document that you made probably like when you were 10, and really first getting into
My younger years.
Yeah. Well, it was when you were able to kind of take this kind of stuff seriously, and
We're taking it seriously now, man.
yeah,
His life is on the line.
Yeah, you are now, but he wasn't when he was 9. No, like what 9-year-old takes things serious? Anyway,
I grew up fast.
so you actually find you have an old document that you put together on vampiric monsters.
Interesting.
So then you get to ask a couple questions. I believe does that let you hold 2 or 3 for investigate a mystery when you get a 12? 2. All right. So
Yeah, 10 plus is 2.
Okay, so you get to ask 2 questions
And
off that list.
they can be any questions on a 12. That is
Yes.
what a 12 does.
That's on the advanced, which we don't do the advanced.
Okay, sorry.
It's because some of the other advanced effects are really fucking weird.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it.
So
All right, so I'm going to start with what can hurt it.
okay. Again, with hurting it, you know that a stake to the heart is kind of the classic way to kill a vampire. You know that garlic and crucifixes are known to be
Somewhat effective.
Yeah, they don't it's not a one-shot kill, but it's going to they avoid them and that kind of thing.
knowing that, I'm going to fashion a crucifix out of some of the stakes I have. The wooden stakes.
All right.
My second question is, where did it go?
Where did it go? How would you try to figure that out based on iPhone notes?
Well, it's down the path from me, so I'm going to try to shine the light down there.
Well, but you're just kind of reading your notes right now. That's kind of... I don't think you can find that. I think you need a different question.
Sure.
Based on how you're investigating right now.
What can it do?
Okay, so that's...
I know it bites, it scratches, and
It's a classically
transforms.
valid answer.
That's a good question. And with it, and you got a good roll, so yeah. So you went over a couple different vampiric monsters. Let me make sure I'm going to pronounce this thing right. And there's a few. There's your classic Dracula-style vampire. There's a couple like the chupacabra type animals that suck blood. But you, one particularly catches your attention, and that's called a Tianek. Which is a monster in Philippine mythology that takes the form that can take the form of an infant baby. Yeah, and so when you're looking at that, because your specific question is what can it do, and you look through and you see that these are known for one of the powers is being able to take the form of a human baby, and then they are also able to make travelers get lost, but they also, when they transform into like their true form, which is like that vampire creature form, they are exceedingly fast. They can scale, well, in this case, this was about forests, was where they are traditionally from, but they could scale trees using their claws and that
surfaces.
kind of thing. Yeah. And you've seen it run across the walls, so you know that it's kind of that kind of thing.
I share my notes with the other two.
Can I say this real question? So yeah, so with a 12, yep, I'll go ahead and on that question, because now you know what kind of monster it is. You know that it's a Tianek. You know that. So again, you can hurt it in the various ways that you can hurt vampires. But you also know that you also see in your notes that there you can also help it because these things are traditionally in the folktales. These kinds of creatures result from angry spirits of children that died before they were able to be named. And you see in their notes that based on this lore, you can help these spirits into the afterlife by giving it a name, lighting a white candle,
Baby Joe,
and holding a let's call it a funeral service for it. That would be what you would probably refer to it as.
Do my notes say anything about it having to be present when we hold this funeral service for it?
It would have to be like in the at least area. Yeah, that would be like, yeah. It doesn't like you don't need to like bury it or anything like that. But it's it needs to be in the area. Like,
can we find any candles around here?
There's a number of camps you can search.
Can we not search? We still heard the baby down at the far end, right?
Stop.
That's the last place you heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's right behind you.
I mean, okay. Still don't want to search this one first. But we can. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
So we're in Joe's camp. Do we see any candles in Joe's camp?
This is a place that has a lot of things in it. So I'm not sure what I could do. What are you guys doing? Like what? So you're going to go ahead and search?
Yeah. I mean, just
look through his backpack.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so in Joe's particular thing, you don't like find any candles or anything like that. Do you want to expand your search at all?
I think we need to.
We looked through them before. Do we remember any candles? We just didn't know to look for from before. Because we searched all the rooms as we were walking down them the first time.
Hold on. I've recorded everything.
Is that a roll that you can do just out of curiosity? I thought that was.
I can use it as evidence to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
So it is still rolling. It is still investigating a mystery.
All right. Well, I won't. You know what? I won't make you roll anything. Okay. I was just kind of interested.
It is.
So you kind of go back to the last time you looked through Joe's camp, and you see that in one of the first what was it called? Rooms. Jeez, why was that hard? One of the first rooms, there's a box in it that's labeled Christmas stuff. And you think that there might be...
I need the Hanukkah box for candles.
People use candles on, like, Christmas stuff, I think.
Maybe. We'll still check.
I mean, I don't know.
It's worth a try.
Like, it all sort of bleeds together.
It's all gifts. One holiday.
Yeah, like... whatever, man. I'm so over Christmas. Oh, God, I've hit puberty.
Wait, do I believe in Santa as an 11-year-old?
That is up to you. Like that, I cannot.
Okay.
Really?
I cannot make that decision for your character.
I'm trying to think of when I stopped believing in Santa.
Wow.
When did I stop?
So I mean, we can go down that way.
Pretty close to that age.
Yeah, right around there.
So are you one of the holdouts? I guess is it.
As a troublemaker, probably not. I
Yeah,
probably found out
not.
about Santa
Yeah.
pretty early.
Yeah, you're probably one of the ones telling everyone else.
Yeah, I
to
was
say
ruining it for everybody.
So
So we looked in the box.
I mean,
Find anything?
We gotta go down to that end of the room. So keep an eye out.
Oh, that's right, because you just saw it was.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Do we know
For
how many
baby
rooms it was
Joe.
down from where we are now?
it was the second or third one from the other direction.
So it's quite a ways down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm walking, flashlight in one hand, stake in the other.
Ooh, nice.
Behind him with a bat.
How was the steak cooked? Anyway.
Well done.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys are heading down there. So you walk through this camp, and you don't hear any more signs of the baby right now. Or you don't hear any baby crying or signs of the creature. And you come down to that room, and as foretold, you find that box, and you look inside, and there's a number of I feel like the vacuum's getting loud. Anyway. You find a number of decorations, some garland, and some old Christmas lights, and indeed at the bottom you find some like tea lights that are white.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have a lighter or matches? You have matches, right?
He said he only brought a bat.
And I think like right before you asked me that, I thought about bringing a lighter, and then once you asked me, I just remembered the bat. So yeah, I don't have a lighter on me.
Yeah, I know.
Because I figured for like a delinquent, he'd have like a weapon and a lighter on him. But
I thought you'd have a lot more things too.
yeah,
Okay, so we
I
still
packed light
gotta
for this kind of thing.
still
that
gotta
makes
find
sense.
a source of fire. Is anybody in the scouts? Can we? I'm not.
So you guys are
So-
all just kind of hanging out in this room right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. So from behind you, you hear a skittering sound coming towards you, like from the direction of where Uncle Joe was. What do you guys want to do?
Was anybody watching behind us, or were we all looking the same direction?
It sounded like you were all looking in
Was
the
digging
into the
through
room.
the box.
Turn
Yeah.
around and shine the light down that way.
Yeah. Right. So you see this creature in its non-infant human form, kind of crawling down the wall, but you. As your light falls on it, it's transferring to the floor, and it's coming towards you at a pretty good speed.
All right, what
Stop.
are we gonna name it?
We can help you.
It does not respond to that.
It's worth a try.
Run.
I brace. Brace for impact.
Oh, you brace. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand bat ready.
So it leaps towards you, and so it's leaping towards you now, and you're behind him, bat ready.
Yeah, I was just ready to swing and maybe hit him on accident.
Maybe. So what specifically are you doing, Alex?
waiting for it to get close enough to see if it actually attacks me or stops? Or
it is definitely intending to attack you. There is nothing non-threatening about his posture at this point.
All right, well...
He's just coming in for a hug.
When it gets close enough, I'm going to swing with the wooden stake with a precise strike, aiming for the heart.
Okay. Do you have to roll? That's on a kick some ass roll? I can't remember.
So at first I have to inflict harm on a monster, apparently.
So, I mean, in this situation, I think this would be a kick some ass roll, because like this is, you guys you're about to fight a baby. Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. So yeah, so go ahead and roll kick some ass for me.
Oof.
Ooh, 7.
Alrighty, so 7, I believe just means you guys will exchange damage. Correct?
Yeah.
You and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so you will be inflicting harm. I believe, so you're using your stake right now, and you're just using the wooden stake, just kind of jabbing at it, not with the hammer?
No, just a stake trying to aim for the heart.
Okay. All right. Do you have to roll something for precise strike, or is that?
So you roll plus tough, and on 10 plus you inflict 2 harm.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and roll plus your tough then.
No.
Okay. So let's go ahead. So yeah, so as this thing kind of.
Could you use luck on that?
I was gonna ask that, but I also feel like it's a little unfair.
Yeah. There might be, like, if you use luck here right now, there might be some payback later. I mean, you've already spent 1 luck that I haven't gotten you back for yet. So. It's up to you, though.
I'm going to do it. I'm terrified. Okay.
So you are aiming for its heart, but you're not, like, so you're just kind of, go ahead and mark your luck point.
Sure.
So yes, that gives you the 10 plus, which allows you to inflict 2 harm.
2 harm.
All right. So yeah, so you do kind of aim for its heart, but because it's just like the force of your arm behind it, you don't like really penetrate a whole lot. So you do kind of obviously injure this creature, but you don't stop it from coming towards you, and its claws kind of dig into you again as it like grabs you with them, and they do 2 harm to you.
Does the stake get left in the monster?
No, it's still in his hand. It did not go deep enough to stay in there.
Okay.
I am unstable.
Oh, okay. So yes, at 4 harm, you were
Bleeding
not
out.
doing well. Yes. So then you did 2 harm. But yeah, and now it's kind of latched onto you, and it's going to try to. You can tell it's going to try and come in to bite you.
So is it kind of like is the monster like above his head to where like
it's kind of attached to his chest right now.
Okay, so it's in front of him.
Yes. So you don't have a great angle on it without moving. You could try. I would.
Well, see, the thing with it being like attached to your chest is the best place I could hit it is in the back, but that's just gonna hit it into you.
Yeah.
I guess I could try and get around you and like swing down at it.
I mean, you could. You're not sure that would like remove it from his body.
Yeah,
and it is
that'd probably just make
threatening to
things
bite
worse.
soon. What are you doing, Marvin? Just, I mean, you don't like. I'm not saying you have to do something.
No,
I'm just curious.
I tried to intercede. I attempt to protect my best friend who has now been hit twice by this thing, and I haven't. And I see it all happening, so I attempt to sort of lunge, like throw my arm between his throat and the monster.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. It's late now.
Can I roll to protect someone?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Thanks, Marvin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't think to use that one. I'm sitting right behind you with a bat. I could have protected you.
Yeah. You froze up.
That is not very good. That is a 5.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure I failed.
That is not good. Can you read me the failure for that one?
When you prevent harm to another character, roll plus stuff. 7+, you protect them okay. 10+, you choose an extra. There is no...
Okay, so I believe that...
written out.
Like on a 10... Yeah. Because, on the 7+, it's you suffer some or all of the harm that they were going to get. In this case, I believe that in addition to failing to protect him, you also suffer some or all of the harm that he was going to get. So so you kind of lunge forward and try to yank this thing off of your friend. The creature kind of very quickly, like its arms moving supernaturally fast, kind of reaches out and digs into your arm, and you take also 2 harm. And it kind of... Oh, man. Well, it's a dangerous situation. I'm sorry. But, it kind of lunges... Like, he kind of failed to protect you.
Can I dive in to protect him? Like, now that I realize protect someone's a move, can I be like, oh, yeah, I guess I could have protected him and then dive in?
At this point, probably not. If you wanted... Wow. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Yeah, you don't think, like, at this point with Alex has this creature on him, Marvin's in there, the creature is about to bite. Like, you don't think that you could really insert yourself into this situation and help. Well, you don't, like, in a protection kind of way. Yeah. So what would you want to do? What would Tom do?
Just, like, try and hit the thing in its head.
All right.
Just try and distract it. Like, there's not much I could do.
All right. You have to make the decision on which one you want to do. I mean, I think that those are things you can do. I agree.
You're capable.
Yes. You are also, I mean, I can list out other things you're capable of doing. You could get out your phone and write an obituary real quick. You could run away.
Like, take a selfie with them getting attacked.
You could, there's a number of things you can do. I
mean, I guess I'll just try and, like, aim for its head if it's going to bite.
So if you're going to take a swing at it in this situation, I'd probably just make you act under pressure. This isn't really because of the situation that the creature's in, and since your bat kind of lets you be at arm's length. Go ahead and roll an act under pressure.
Ooh,
man.
13.
A 13. Could you roll the so you basically, if I remember right, you basically just get what you want.
Yep.
So in this case, in that moment that you see that Marvin's help is going wrong, you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna hit it with the baseball bat, and you swing. And you crack your bat down on this thing's head, and the effect is pretty immediate. You do this basically as it's biting into him. So Alex still takes 1 harm. Well,
I just like hammer the
fortunately,
bite into
no. Like, it's like as it's biting in, but then it kind of yanks its head back, and its attention is definitely focused on you. And you see it crawling over Alex's body and getting ready to lunge towards you. What do you do?
So it's a wooden bat. Did it happen to break?
No, it did not break. Sorry.
Damn it. Because then it's a wooden stake.
Yeah. But this is a Louisville Slugger. It's not going to break. Sponsorship.
Yeah.
So you said it's like still on them, but focused on me now?
Yes. Its eyes are locked on you. Its teeth are bared. A little bit of Alex's blood is on its teeth, and it's looking like it's about to lunge towards you. What do you want to do?
So I just kind of like pull my bat up again, ready to swing, like waiting for it to make a move.
All right, so it's going to jump at you, and
like batting practice was right out of the air.
All right, let's go ahead. This would basically be kick some ass at this point. Yep. I kind of hate using kick some ass rolls, and so I always try to get around them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because you're selfish and you want us to lose.
6. Okay, so you swing and a miss. So now this thing lands on you.
Can I use luck? Is luck something I have to use before I roll in this game?
No, I mean, technically it's something you use after you fail a roll.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you, there's going to be a consequence.
It's either I take damage now or maybe later, so...
It might be worse than just harm, though, is the thing.
You die.
That's all right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're
Tom's a
alright with
hard-ass.
dying,
Tom doesn't care.
why are you worried about luck?
Yeah, I mean, like I might as well use it to get out of the situation, or like to help the situation.
It's your call, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna use luck.
All right, go ahead and mark your luck. That becomes a 12. So that means you guys still exchange damage now.
And then pick an. Oh, that's advanced.
I believe you
effect.
do get one extra effect.
I force them where I want.
Okay. And how are you doing? Like, just narratively, how are you, like, is it just
Like hit them with a bat, so they just like go to the wall.
So you're...
So it's just like a really good swing.
Okay.
Like home run-esque.
All right. So, yeah, so you swing this thing. What is the harm on that bat?
It's an excellent question. 1.
Okay. Okay. So you swing at this thing, and your bat just lands right into the side of it. But it still like manages to kind of swipe at you as it's now flying away, and it scratches you for 1 harm.
Okay.
But you force it kind of to the wall, and it doesn't land like before. When you threw it off, it kind of was able to land well.
Yeah.
But this one, it kind of bounces off the wall and skitters down the tunnel a little bit, and then you hear, and kind of out of the sight of your guys' flashlights, and you hear that skittering noise kind of go back up the wall, and then a little bit off to the distance, and then stop.
So at this point, I start pushing on my good friend and just run.
I don't know if I can run.
Yeah, we probably need to patch him up first.
I mean, I don't have anything to patch him up with.
Are there any kind of like
jeez.
scraps?
Time go. I mean, there's some cloth around.
So like, we could lay some dirty hobo cloth on your wounds.
As a precautionary, I'm going to remove the crucifix from my pocket.
Okay. We get you all patched up. Can you move now? How's unstable work? So
I'm actually not sure any of you guys have the first aid stuff. Do you?
Nope.
Nope. Which would kind of make sense.
Yep.
Basically, unstable wounds will get worse. So he's bleeding a lot now, and he will die if he does not get help soon. So you guys need to kind of figure this situation out. You know that the creature is kind of in that direction. You are in a camp that has a number of things around it. You have a candle.
And no lighter. We need to look for one.
We'll stop by 7-Eleven on the way out.
Clearly. I like it.
So we keep going? Because we gotta move.
I start grabbing him by the arm and trying to drag him. We gotta get away from that thing.
Him? He can't walk at all?
No, I'm sure he can walk, but like I'm pulling on his arm. Like, we need to get the hell out of here. That thing has torn you up.
Yeah.
Are there any kind of like 2x4s laying around?
There's some wood around that you could maybe.
And are there any sheets? Any tarp-like things? Trying to make a stretcher for him.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think he's that bad yet.
I imagine I can walk. I'm
he's
just dying.
Yes.
I'm going to start looking through the camp for a lighter.
Okay. So you kind of have to dig through some things, and you kind of hear the creature off to the side as you're doing this. But it's always, again, like before, where it's always outside of flashlight range. And you dig through one room and you don't find a whole lot. And then you dig through this one and you don't find a lighter. But what you do find is one of those cooking stoves. And it has a little electric starter on it. And I imagine you try the little knob and you can hear a little bit of fuel coming out. Like
I'm going to try to start it.
Feels the light. And it does start.
I'm going to start the lighter and yell at you two to say some things that you say at a funeral.
He was a very nice baseball. He was a very cute baby.
I mean, this is the biggest coffin I have ever seen. This is just the swankiest, biggest coffin I have ever encountered. And, like, it sure is sad that he's gone, but he is definitely gone. Is that baby? We decided he was Baby Joe?
Baby Joe.
Yeah,
Baby Joe. I mean, it
Baby Joe.
sure is a shame he's gone, but he is super gone.
So as you're kind of doing this, you basically, as soon as you light the candle and you start calling on them to do this, you hear this skittering noise kind of coming towards you, and you guys are you're kind of calling out your kind of terrible eulogy, but you're 12 years old, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And you named it Baby Joe. So mechanically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you guys roll for a big magic ceremony, basically. And so what you'll have to do, you've collected the components that you need, and you're kind of going through the ceremony right now. Alex, so who would you say is leading this? Like, is it Alex?
I mean, I have to assume it's Alex.
Okay.
I don't
So
know anything about
I'm
magic.
holding the cross.
All right. So yeah, and you do know the mess. So I'm going to make you roll use magic in this case.
That is low.
Double one.
Double one. Okay. Man, we're at the end of the time, so let's just like.
It's
let me
okay.
see what it
Just
says.
kill us.
Oh,
Your
let's
whole
see.
party gets
It's a-
insta-gibbed.
I mean, we're standing here praying to a baby monster. It's real hungry, and we aren't making it happy because we're real bad at eulogies. Sorry, guys. I never had to do one of these before.
Yeah, we're 12. We've probably been to one funeral in our life.
I mean, we had a funeral for my frog.
But we don't have a toilet to flush him down.
I've seen funerals on TV.
Yeah, I mean, we
In
put
movies?
put him in a matchbox.
People cry. Maybe we should cry.
I'm really scared. I will
Well,
gladly
you're bleeding
cry.
to death.
Yeah.
You're
I might
probably
be
are
crying.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
Actually, we all took damage. We all
Yeah.
might be crying.
I just want the damn thing to go away.
All right, I'm just looking to make sure that I understand what happens when you fail use magic, and
Yeah.
especially a big magic.
Big magic, yeah.
Um,
Turns out you summoned a demon.
So just to be clear, what the text says under use magic is on a miss you lose control of the magic. This
All right.
never ends well.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
And
So-
I missed of Mrs.
So yes.
King Miss.
So let's go ahead. All right. So when you guys are kind of starting the ceremony, you're holding the crucifix and you have the white candle. You've given them the name Baby Joe, which is kind of nice after Uncle Joe, who Baby Joe killed. But let's not
We're not bringing that
think
up at the
about it
eulogy.
too much right now.
I mean, only to live.
Uncle Joe's spirit lives on in Baby Joe.
Yes, and so as the creature is crawling towards you above you, you guys you see it in view of your flashlights, and it's on the ceiling coming towards you. And as it gets closer, the fire in the candle, it kind of burns brighter and higher and brighter and higher. And then the rudimentary crucifix that you put together, it begins to glow also. It doesn't give off any heat, but you definitely feel like there's something happening here. And as the baby, I shouldn't say the baby, the creature drops down towards you. You see its face kind of soften, and its claws retract, and its teeth also retract, and it looks like the infant that you guys found originally as it falls into you, and it falls into this light. And you get the sense that the spirit has passed on into the afterlife, and you have successfully done that. Unfortunately, this rift to the afterlife remains open, and you guys feel yourselves being pulled into it as well. And Alex, you're the first to fall into it, and you just fall into this black abyss once you're past that light. Tom, you're the next to go, and you just kind of get sucked in backwards as you're still kind of gaping in awe at what you just saw. And Marvin, as you get pulled in, you have the presence of mind to pull the camera off of you and drop it on the floor behind, and it happens to be facing towards the rift as you disappear into this light, and then as it falters and it goes completely dark. and that is the video that your parents see.
Wow.
I really hope they put it up on my channel and not their own. That's all I want.
Those sweet views.
Yeah. Remember me as a YouTube star. Hit like and subscribe.
And on that note,
Oh, all right. So you guys have fun? Was that good?
Yeah.
That was good. This is a little weird because it's a one shot, but yeah.
Yeah. And new and a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had a very happy ending.
Yeah.
I like to think. But yeah, we've run a little bit over time and we need to start cleaning up. But thank you, everyone, for showing up and in the chat. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with D&D, I believe. We're continuing the Curse of Strahd. And yeah, so we'll be having that 5:30 p.m. Next Wednesday. Are we doing anything for Extra Life on this channel?
I don't know that we are for Extra Life. We haven't talked about it up to this point.
Yeah, we might try to. Thank you, Acid Density. We might try to put something together for Extra Life on this Saturday. I mean, I know everybody's going to be, but maybe we can just like play some games or something like that.
We can throw some games together.
Yeah, that is fairly easy. Maybe I could try to do Crash Bandas by Saturday. That's easy enough to throw together, but I wanted to have a story in mind that will actually take some preparation.
We can just play tabletop, hell.
That's true, exactly. But yeah. If we see you then, hopefully we see you. Thank you guys for showing up. Hope everyone enjoyed. So thank you, Brandon, Sean, Ryan.
Thanks
you
for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks especially Sean and
Thanks,
Ryan
Zach.
for coming in last minute.
Yeah, thanks,
course.
guys.
But yeah,
Marvin
and
would have been really lonely down there.
That's true. He would have died immediately.
that would have been a very
Walked in, died. All right, we're done for the week.
right, cool.
Terrible session.
See you guys
All right.
next week. All right, I'm gonna pull off my thing so I can go stop the stream.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye.